Good morning, everyone. This is Chrissy with Everyday Tidbits. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Excuse my radio. I have to turn that down a little bit. I'm at work, as you can tell. Guys, if you haven't done already, please hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I post. And follow me on Instagram at everyday_tidbits because I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube and Instagram family. I'm sitting here listening to these birds. They're so cute. And squirrels and everything else. I'm actually at one of the acute care facilities in the network that I work for. And it's just like nature parking lot today. So I was just sitting here catching up on YouTube videos that I subscribe to and stuff like that. So I thought I would have a chat with you while it's the Q word. Those of you in this profession know what the Q word means, and if you say it out loud, you basically curse yourself. So I'm just going to give you a little update on how things are going in the EMS world right now. We are in the thick of the second wave of COVID right now, and it's very scary. And it's even more scary because our office is actually inside of a hospital, so we not only have to be exposed out here but in the hospital as well. But luckily we do have the PPE that's necessary to protect ourselves, and we do that diligently. So I'm confident, hopefully, that if I take care of myself and I'm careful, that I will not get sick. But still in the back of my mind, it's always fearful. I'm always fearful of contracting it and possibly bringing it home to my family. My daughter goes to school as well, so hopefully she doesn't get exposed there. But as far as anywhere, like, we don't really go anywhere else. And it's sad because, you know, I am a single mom and I don't have a significant other. So when I go home to an empty house. I have my daughter, but she's like a preteen, so she's preoccupied with other things. So on top of homemaking and work, I don't really have much else going on. So it's kind of like a lonely life right now because of this pandemic. It's like we're restricted as far as activity and gatherings and parties and social life right now. It's disheartening, and I just still, some days I sit back and I cannot believe that this is our life and this is reality and this is real. It's like, you've heard of the Spanish flu and you've heard of the plague and you've heard of all these other things in history that humans have lived through, and here we are in the midst of a pandemic ourselves. And it's just, it doesn't seem like reality, but in fact it is, because when I go to work, I'm in it every time I go to work. So it is it's scary, guys, I'm not gonna lie. And you know, a lot of us are very stressed out and very, like, just always on the edge. And I can see it in my coworkers, I can see it in the nurses, I can see it in the doctors, I can see it in everyone else in this profession, and teachers too, guys. I know, like, teachers are having a hard time as well because they're out there with our kids, and the grocery store workers and anybody else who has to work and be out there and be around people and be possibly exposed to this thing. I feel for you guys. I know it's very, very stressful, and you know, like I said, having a social life right now is on the back burner and it sucks. But let me show you real quick what I do, you know, what we are doing to protect ourselves. Like, I cover my hair. Not everybody does that, but I cover my hair only because, like, a few weeks ago I cut 8 inches off of my hair. 8 inches. And that was, sorry, I've gum in my mouth. The reason why I cut 8 inches off of my hair is because I was twisting it up in a bun and I caused a lot of split ends. Plus, the mask that goes over my head was pulling my hair. So I decided to buy these, you know, their head scarves. And I cover my hair with them. So I start out by covering my hair, so that way this can be washed. My hair is covered and protected, and the mask can slide right over it and not pull my hair. This clips in the back. So my hair is protected. And then I put my glasses back on so I can see. Okay? So you notice that these are open on the side. These are not protective goggles. I do have protective goggles on order, and I'm really excited. I can't wait for them to come in. I just ordered them in their prescription. And then I have this face shield. So this is how I go into every job, whether they're COVID positive or not. This is how I protect myself. This is how my coworkers are protecting myself. And if you think I look silly or like Darth Vader, I don't care, because I'm not bringing COVID home to my family. I'll be back because we're getting a job right now, guys. Stand by. I'm back. It's been a few hours. We've been busy running around, stuff like that. First call we had was a GI bleed. Our patient had some black tarry stools and a little bit of coffee ground, vomit. So what I did was start an IV on this gentleman, give him a little bit of fluid, and take him to the hospital. And then the second call we had was a possible stroke, brain bleed. He was unconscious, last seen in the middle of the night. Family thought he was sleeping this morning, never got out of bed. He was unresponsive, snoring respirations. We positioned his airway and put an airway in, and he was able to open up his airway, and we started an IV, gave him something for nausea, and took him to the hospital. So he wound up being a brain bleed. He is now intubated, and we had a couple of cancels in between. So it's been a day, and now it's pouring rain. So it's wet now. Had no idea it was supposed to rain today. And I actually started my day in a really, really, really good mood. Came in, had my coffee, singing, trying to have a positive atmosphere, but everybody is just completely miserable today. We're overwhelmed. It's very overwhelming to be out here working in this pandemic, because we're all scared of bringing it home to our family, and we all feel isolated, and there's a division between the hospital staff and the EMS staff. It's just there's no love between us, for lack of a better word. So everybody's pretty stressed out. I wish we could all work together better as far as in hospital, out of hospital employees. And I wish that my coworkers would not be so overwhelmed and sad and down and like tired. It's just, I would like to be in a happy environment, and I love my job. I love to do this job, and I'm not looking to always be canceled or always look for a reason to not treat a patient, regardless if they have COVID or not. This is my job, and if you have COVID, I will just go the extra step to make sure that I am protected. Nobody wants to be around COVID, but it happens, and it's stressful, very stressful out here. That is the update. Because now that we're in the holiday season, and people are just not listening to not have these gatherings and parties and stuff like that, so it's spreading and people are getting exposed, and it's scary. And we as the healthcare providers are on the front line, and we have to come out here and come to your home, whether if it's just you that has COVID or your family has COVID or your house is saturated in COVID. I'm stepping into it and then bringing it out, which is why when I get home, I go in through the garage, my shoes stay outside, my uniform gets thrown right in the washing machine, which is off my garage, and I go right to the shower because I don't want my stuff to touch my house. I purchased a UV light so that I can disinfect my things. I have Lysol, I have Clorox wipes, everything just, it's very stressful, and I miss the personalization of my job. I miss talking to people without a mask. I miss being able to breathe on a call. Like, it's so uncomfortable. to have to wear a mask and have a barrier, you know, all the time between myself and my patients, because it just takes the personal touch out of the profession. And, you know, we're scared of you, and, you know, because we don't want to get sick. And I'm sure that you feel intimidated by us because we're coming at you with this defensive, you know, stance. And I'm trying not to be that way with people, but some people just can't get past that, and they are defensive, and it's like your fault that you have COVID. Like, some people are not being very careful, but like other people that catch it were exposed to somebody else that didn't know they had it because they were not careful. That's the thing here. Like, everybody has a story, and I wish people would stop being so judgmental. It's kind of annoying, and it brings you down. It like sucks the life out of you when you're around people that are so negative all the time. Just can't. I want to enjoy my job. I want to enjoy being here. I want to enjoy treating people, and I do, because I love being a paramedic. I've been a paramedic for 17 years, and I can't think of any other job that I'd want to do. I just wish that it was different now. Wish it was different. I wish it wasn't so stressful. I wish that there was no pandemic. I wish that it could go back to normal. And I just, honestly, I think this is going to be the norm for a while, where masks are going to be a mandatory thing. And I don't know. It's just very, very, very stressful. We just had a couple of cancels. We went back to our main post to stock some equipment. It's actually starting to get cold out. The rain stopped, and now it's like, the temperature must have dropped like 10 degrees. But we have about 2 hours left of the shift, and I think we're all caught up on our charts. The truck is all stocked, and I got to eat my food. Albeit I was stuffing my face on the way to a job, because as soon as I went in to heat it up, we got a call. So that's the EMS life, guys. You get to eat and stuff your face as you're driving, and sometimes that happens. But anyway, there's a very loud truck pulling up behind me, so I'm going to cut this video off and just clean up my stuff a little bit and take a short break while I can. It's very rare anymore, but thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I post, and follow me over there on Instagram at everyday_tidbits, because I would love for you to be a part of our YouTube and Instagram family. Everyone, be safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face. I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.